Well, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It honors the memory of Reverend King, who advocated for a nonviolent approach to raising awareness about the horrors of racist attitudes and policies that he saw in American society. He was also committed to fighting poverty and to de-escalating America's military. In 1968, Dr. King was murdered for his ideals.
In 1964, King won the Nobel Peace Prize, where he said, quote, "I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirit." That quote, by the way, is on the north wall of the MLK Memorial in Washington, D.C. Now, students at Bates College in Lewiston today heard from a man whose work is closely tied to that quote. Brian Terry is giving a keynote address at Bates College in Lewiston as they focus on food justice. Terry is an award-winning chef, activist, and author who says his work is rooted in King's ideals.
MLK looked at a range of issues, but I think one that inspires me the most is he was always talking about poverty. He was understanding the impacts of capitalism and the way in which, it necessarily creates an economic underclass, and how we have to address, this fundamental issue because, there's no reason that living in the richest country in the world that anyone should go wanting. We shouldn't have people living on the streets. We shouldn't have people wondering where their next meal is coming from. So, my work has certainly had a laser sharp focus on food and farming and nutrition. But ultimately, when I think about these issues, they're not just food issues. They're not just food justice issues. These are social justice issues.
Martin Luther King's daughter, Bernice, has been tweeting today about her father, his beliefs, and his legacy. She shared this post. That, by the way, is her with her mother at her father's funeral. She writes the following: "He wasn't assassinated because he wanted his children to be judged, quote, by the content of their character, but for dismantling racism, poverty, and militarism. He wanted corrective measures to eradicate racism, not the delusion that it doesn't exist."